This is CallumSmiles for Vox Popular Media, back outside the Potters International Hotel for what today is known as the Pink Protest. Now, this protest against illegal immigration, which, as you can hear from all the cars beeping, is getting a huge amount of support in the area, is actually a female-led protest. So you're one of the main organisers for these protests, but this is the Pink Protest, isn't it? Have you had anything to do with the organisation of this one?
No, we've organised it through Rushmore People First. We're trying to get the women involved because, as you know, women keep protests calm and they normally push things forward. So that's why. So they haven't actually got anyone leading them. We've just brought them in with us, but hopefully they can start doing their own thing.
And what sort of impact is the Potters International Rushmore People's First protest having? Because this is happening thick and fast now. Like this almost seems like a full-time job these days.
Well, yeah, it is a full-time job. It's twice a week. The impact it's having is, we've got a lot of dedicated people. Fortunately, we're all local, so we can do last-minute things. But the impact on the community is, as you know, doctors, schools, and just housing. We're slowly discovering that people are being housed in the town. You know, when I think there's 1,900 people on a waiting list in Aldershot, and people are getting housed above them.
And nowadays, you know, I've come to a few of these, and you do hear beeps every now and then, but you're hearing loads of beeps, and people have got the sign saying beep if you support the movement. What sort of reaction are you seeing online? Because these videos are now doing well. They're getting a lot of traction. What sort of, you know,
the reaction is good. When I first started protesting, probably 80% were calling you all the names under the sun. Racist, this, that. People have got a right to live where they want and all that. Now those same people are saying the tide's turning. You know, we're seeing what's going on. Perhaps we were just early to see it. You know, now if you look round here, there's old ladies here and things. You know, there's a lady there walking with a stick. These sort of people you'd have never seen on a protest 2 years ago. And now they're coming to these protests and they're just telling you it's for our grandchildren, we've had enough.
And where's the counter-protest today? It's very quiet, I can hear myself think.
Yeah. They hate Aldershot. They've tried for 2 years to do us. We get straight into them. We won't have any nonsense from them. They're outsiders, they're deluded, and they just need to go away. They're pain in the bottom.
Smashing, perfect.
What we've got to do as a community, as a town, is keep the pressure on. Write to the council, get to council meetings, join your local reform party, which are here. We're going to take this town by storm. We're going to get these communists out of the council, but each and every one of you are the people that have got to do it.
A year ago, absolute carnage. What happened here? Carnage. The price that the young men have paid here, carnage. We've all learned. Everyone has learned. Trafalgar Square last year. Do you remember 50,000 patriots in Trafalgar Square? Do you remember everyone said Nigel and reform? Everyone? Cool. We've learned. It doesn't matter which side, patriots, you are picking. Every single patriot, concerned citizen, Christian, the 40%, the backbone, the silent majority, you know, the people who are always referred to, you need to pick a side and get political. It doesn't matter who you choose to back. Corbyn and Sultana mean business. The unholy alliance is forming. And in 4 years' time, I promise you, they will scoop up an awful lot of disgruntled Labour votes.
So can you tell me why you've come to... Because today's the Pink Protest, isn't it? It's like a women-led...
It is. It was the Britannia Hotel that started it, and it made such an impact. And that's just spread everywhere. I think we're now seeing the Pink Ladies in every community, in every protest. The women are speaking out for themselves, and I think, you know, with Rushmore People First and all the other protesters that have started up, having the women around has given us a sense of security and realising that we're not alone anymore, and we're seeing too much going on. Yeah.
And do you think having like the women kind of lead their own thing gives this sort of movement a better image, better PR when it comes to the middle majority?
I don't know if it's... In that sense, it's like that. I think it's that we're here, that it is affecting us, and I think we were too afraid really to stand up and be counted because we didn't know what sort of backlash you were going to get, and this has given us a voice and a community really. I mean, there's so much more community spirit that's going on because of it, because it's men, it's wives, it's girlfriends, it's children and the grandchildren, and yeah, it's just given us strength, I think.
And everyone's got their own specific reasons as to why they come to these protests. What particular thing about all the immigration issues makes you want to come to these protests?
It's too much, too soon. It's unsustainable financially. We don't know who these people are. I mean, in any other sort of situation, you would not be able to walk into a country and without documentation and then also be given everything. We feel it. I feel it more and more, and the more people that you talk to, you realise that it is an issue everywhere, not just in the UK. We've got it in Ireland and in Europe, and it's too much. Enough is enough. We've got to stand up, and we are standing up, and it's great that we've got so many people standing up. You're like the aggro. I mean, but that's
That's brilliant. So, can you tell me why you've come here today?
I've come here today to support women, as there's been a lot of attacks recently about rapes, grooming, and I just want to support and get the word across, really.
And have you been to any of these protests before?
It's my first time, actually. I never really heard about it until my friends spoke about it, so I came with them today to support them, but I'll definitely be coming again, 100%.
And what do you think the biggest threat facing the local population and the wider country when it comes to mass migration?
Like, what? There's no need for them to be here. Like, I've never seen any women, no children. Why is it all men? That's what I want to know. And why are they coming over here? Because there's been so many, again, like I said, there's been so many attacks. Like, they're coming over here to be housed, yet there's old veterans that can't even be housed themselves. There's homeless people. There's no need for them to be here.
Now then, you're out. Nick, should I be seen with you this week? Tell us about that day, because that's done the rounds right now. But weirdly, most people, that would end them. However, you actually seem to, well, it's not really fazed you. What's gone on?
Yeah, it's not fazed me, and it's not ended anything. I'm certainly not in the business of saying that any one thing I do or don't do, Calais included, with good people like yourself that stepped up to the plate, any one particular speech that it's done necessarily anything good for me, but I'm not in any way going to back down to or from smears from, this time, liberals. Sometimes it's from the communists, sometimes it's from the ethnats. This time it's been from liberals, socialists and communists. They've jumped all on it. The right hasn't really blinked, to be honest with you, because for 13 months I've been through a very specific amalgamated hand gesture. I've been saying to people that forward we march and I will lead you to victory. That's for 13 months now. There's nothing, there's no spin that can be put on it. There's no credible alternative to understanding what it means. It simply means, as the Black Panther movement, if that's what you want to refer to it as, no one owns the power fist. No one owns me raising my arm in the air like this. It's completely legal. There's nothing Nazi-esque about it. And online, people from all around the world have tried, we've got him. No, you haven't. See, our blood runs blue. We're conservatives. We sit on the right side of politics, and our faith is Christianity. So we deliberately call out Nazism and communism. We want extremists gone from our land. It wasn't the gotcha moment that they thought they had in any way, shape or form. It's actually been quite sad to see what people say and the tactics that they try. There's images of my fist cropped out of most of the images. Look, if you're going to slander me, show my fist. There's nothing Nazi-esque about that whatsoever. It's been a real eye-opener this week, but we've learned nothing about the tactics of socialists, communists, and radical centrists who are just frankly unhinged.
So back to the protests. I mean, these seem to be spreading like wildfire right now. Where are the hot places to be for these protests now in the UK? So
obviously I've been saying for years, Rushmore First has led the charge, and they knew to create a WhatsApp group of people, start off there. All the DMs and all the correspondence I'm getting at the moment, where I'm advising people, trying to, from afar, train them to become professional activists, which is what's required, by the way, if we want our country back. So you replicate the Rushmore First model. You get people in a WhatsApp group, you raise some funds, you produce a little kitty, you get
get your banners, you get a PA system, you'll need all these other things like trolleys and bungee cords. It's called being an activist. A lot of you start wearing GoPros then, you know. So you start really forming a little squadron of concerned citizens. And Rushmore and Stradey Park in Wales a few years ago have really led the charge, and we've showcased that through social media, through good people like yourself and Vox, what have you, Turning Point, and the nation has seen this and they've gone, right, let's look at what happened last summer. We don't need to do anything that treads anywhere near the line of the law. We will quite literally cooperate with the PLOs and the police, and we will make our voices heard. We will invite people to speak, and now we've created hotspots in Kent, in Sussex, here in Hampshire, Skegness up north, Loughborough is formulating now, Dalton in Furness is formulating. It's happening everywhere, and that is great. And then where I come in with my interviews and my advice is that all has to now convert into political action. As I've just said in my speech, and I've just said to a fairly prominent Reform candidate, PPC member, I've said, look, guys, you've got to get politically active, and we'll worry about what happens in 4 years' time. But all the patriots, the silent majority, the backbone of this nation, the 40%, you know, the buzzwords that you hear about, the demographics, the people that don't vote, every one of those individuals has got to get politically active, and that means joining a party and becoming a candidate and backing that party with everything they've got. Otherwise, it'll be the same people voting in 29, it'll be the same centrism, it'll be the same liberalism, it'll be the same multi-millionaires wearing Savile Row suits who will pander to those who vote, because those who want power will achieve power, and the way to do that in a first-past-the-post system is through the centre ground. The United Kingdom has been the centre ground in terms of those who bother to vote and follow politics. We must awaken our brothers and sisters, the 40%, the working class, the patriots, the concerned citizen. I don't really mind what they're referred to as. We need to awaken them to the fact that now that everyone's getting motivated, to your point, and creating hotspots, they now have to join a political party, become a member, put their name forward to become a candidate, and do everything they can to return a majority of their choosing in 2029. Otherwise, it's more establishment, more centrism, more liberalism.
Finally, you mentioned 2029 there, when the current next general election is. Lots of people now talk about this government ending before then, and possibly relatively soon. Despite all the wrong turns Labour have made, do you think this is the issue that will bring down this government?
I don't think that the government will be brought down. I'd need someone to explain to me what that looks like in my lifetime. I don't believe it's happened. People reference poll tax era. You might have to travel back before my birth. I'd need someone to explain to me why Starmer would give up power. I don't believe it. So there's a couple of things.
Well, I don't mean give up power, but as in the nation, those that did once backed him, actually going, no, actually, you had your chance and you blew it.
Oh, you're talking about the Labour, the backbenchers within the Labour Party, or even a coup.
And the electorate.
Yeah, again, I'd need someone to explain to me what that looks like. I need someone to explain the mechanics of what that looks like. Does Shabima, Mahmood, does Streeting and Rayner, do they all get into a room and go, Keir, sorry mate, but you're out? I don't know what that looks like. Again, has that happened in our lifetime? I think there's two things happening at the moment in the country. One is there's a dog whistle from the right towards civil war. Not only is that immoral, it is illegal also. And there's another, not dog whistle as such, but, there's going to be a general election anytime soon. Any day now. Yes, there may well be. And what happens if that happens? Are Reform ready? Are they ready? Has that much changed in a year? Maybe. Is it good news for the right? Maybe. It's very difficult, Callum. Is there a general election in 6 months' time? Is there? What do you think? Is it possible? What happens if the Greens get more votes? What happens if Sultana and Corbyn are formulated by then? Surely that's not enough time for them to get together and to form the unholy alliance in a more it would be a more egregious sense than Labour, for example. I don't think we've got anything to benefit from a general election anytime soon. A year ago, we had 5 years. I think that should remain the plan, so that the right can mobilise behind their party of choice, go all in, and then let's all have a fair crack of the whip. A year ago, everyone shouted Nigel and shouted Reform. They didn't want to know. They didn't want to listen. Okay, fine, no problem. Everyone now knows if you want liberalism and you want centrism, you've got a plethora of parties to choose from. But if you want Christian nationalism, if you want conservatism, there is only one choice, and that's UKIP. So everyone needs time to build from there. So if there's a general election tomorrow, 6 months' time, I'm not sure how this helps us.
So another protest here at the Potters International Hotel has come to an end. This one today organised by the women, which is quite a new thing when it comes to the anti-illegal immigration protests. However, it seems to be doing really well when it comes to changing public perception, especially amongst the middle majority. Now, these protests are spreading like wildfire and they're not going to end today. The question is, how long is it going to be until the government actually take action instead of just saying words? This has been CallumSmiles for Vox Populi Media outside of the Potters International Hotel here in Aldershot.
Thank you, ladies!
Be strong, girls, and create change.